Where is Mr. Potato's nose? Good job! Bravo! Chris, where is Mr. Potato's ear? Where's Mr. Potato? Good job, Chris! Bravo! Chris, where is Mr. Potato's eyes? Where's Mr. Potato's eyes? Show me where's Mr. Potato's eyes. Good job! Hi everyone and welcome to NYC Vlogs. Today I have decided to do my first video in English. My channel is a Spanish channel, mostly directed towards moms, to new moms. And today I decided to do this video in English because I think that it can be very helpful to a lot more other people. So before I start, let me tell you that my name is Mari and I am currently living in Mexico. I grew up, I was in the US for a little bit over 10 years and that's where I learned to speak English. But yeah, so let's get started. This video is to give you a huge tip on how to help your babies be bilingual, how they can learn to speak two languages. And I'm like focusing on bilingual because that's what I'm doing with my child. I have a little boy. His name is Christian and he is currently 2 years old. He just turned 2 and right now he can pretty much understand everything I tell him in English. And it's not because I've like taken the time to teach him all the English that he knows, but like I've taught him so much that there's things that he that his brain just automatically like figures out what it probably means. You know, for example, if I say put it in the garbage and I point towards the garbage, he kind of like has the idea already of what that means. And before I continue, I would like to point out that I know I have an accent, you know, I have an accent when I speak English, but I don't want to focus on that. Like, it's not about that, you know. When we're trying to teach our kids two languages, we're gonna feel like we're not doing a good job or we're gonna feel like it's not gonna work. But I'm here to tell you that it is going to work. Don't be afraid to try to teach your kids two languages. The best time to start is now, when they're little. Because as soon as they get like older, it's gonna be harder for them to learn the other language. I'm not saying it's impossible, because it's not, but it can be a little bit harder. My husband and I decided that we wanted to teach our baby to speak Spanish and English. I speak both languages and my husband also speaks Spanish and English. So for us, it was really important to help our baby grow being bilingual. And this is my number one tip. This is the tip that I'm gonna give you if you wanna make it happen. The only thing that I suggest is that you choose which language you're gonna try to teach your kid first, or the one that is gonna be harder for him to learn, and you're gonna stick with that language and you're gonna teach him or her and you're gonna speak to him and her in the language you want to teach first. I don't know if I made myself clear, but let me explain. For example, my husband and I, we live in Mexico. So what language do we speak the most and what language surrounds us? Spanish, right? So we decided that we were gonna start speaking to him in English first. Why? Because when he goes to school, because when he talks to his grandparents or, you know, cousins and uncles and aunts or whatever, he is gonna be spoken to in Spanish. So he's gonna learn Spanish. He's gonna be surrounded by Spanish everywhere we go, but not English. So we decided that my husband and I, we were gonna focus on speaking to him in English. Since my husband, when my son was born, he used to go to work, because now he works from home, but when he used to go outside of the house to work, I was the one that stayed with my son the whole time. So I focused on speaking to him in English for everything, you know. For example, let's put on your shoes, let's good morning, how are you, give me your toys, give me your teddy bear, let's put on your pants. And I would teach him so many things. And during bath time, for example, I would only speak to him in English. So for example, head and nose and hands, And every time when I figured that he learned something new, I would always quiz him on it. Not making it like boring, but I would be like, Chris, where is your head? And he goes like this. I mean, he still does it. And I say, Chris, where is your nose? And he points at his nose. Or sometimes now we tell him, Chris, where is dad's head? Where is dad's nose? And he touches my husband's nose, or me, my hands, whatever. So this is the number one tip. I'm going to repeat it. Speak the language that you want to teach them first. The language that is harder for them to learn. Not because they can't learn it, but because of their surroundings. So in this case, for us, it was English. So we are focusing on speaking to him only in English whenever we can. That doesn't mean that we don't use Spanish words sometimes. Yeah, sometimes we want to speak to him in Spanish. The thing is to focus on one language and stick with it. That has been an experience that I've had and that I've noticed that it works for us. And it's been a complete lifesaver, because when we decided to start, that we wanted to have, to teach our son to be bilingual, at first I was a little scared because I was like, how do you teach a baby another language? Like they don't know how to write, they don't know how to read. Like, it's gonna be hard. Like, I thought it was gonna be hard. But then I focused on just speaking like he understands me. Like if it was our native language, you know? For example, when we have kids and they're born, we automatically start speaking to them in our native language. For example, if I have a baby, newborn baby right here, I'll be like, oh, qué bonito, bebé, te amo, mi amor. And just speaking to him or her in my native language with no problem. But why do we feel like it's harder to speak to them in another language? We feel like they won't understand, but they do. I mean, if we think about it, they don't really understand either one, right? But we just trust the language we speak to them. So this is what we have to do. Trust the language we want to teach them. So if, for example, you speak English and you want them to learn Japanese, or you speak Japanese and you want them to learn Spanish, it's the same thing. Talk to them like they understand, and they do understand. They're really, really smart. They're going to understand no matter what. And they're gonna start learning from just their surroundings, what we're talking about. Like I said, if I tell him, put on your shoes, and I point towards the shoes, and I tell him this every day, soon enough he's gonna know that shoes are his shoes, you know. Or in Spanish, if you're trying to teach Spanish, just say, ponte tus zapatos, ponte tus zapatos. Soon they're gonna realize that zapatos means shoes. Well, okay guys, so that was my tip. It's what has worked for my family. I hope it helps you. Please leave a comment. If you have any other suggestions, if you have any other tips, I would love to know. And thank you for watching. Bye.